Hello and welcome Launchpad Scholars. We are super excited to have you at UMKC, and I'm super excited to talk to you guys today about career services and sort of how we are going to play a pretty big role in your Launchpad journey as you go forward. My name is Maggie Reyland. I am the Professional Development Manager in the Bloch Career Center, and you will be seeing a lot of me over the next few years, whether you're a transfer student or an incoming freshman. We will be meeting on a regular basis. You will be doing activities and staying involved with our office, and I just want to tell you a little bit more about that today. So at this point, you have certainly heard from Brittany about the requirements of Launchpad, some of the things that you can do to earn points, the fact that you have an internship that you have to do, and we'll talk about that a little bit more later, but she's probably also gone over with you how to track those points and just how to stay engaged in Launchpad, you know, as you progress through your time here at UMKC. But a big piece of that is you will be doing a lot of interaction with us at the Career Center, whether that's attending our events or meeting with me, meeting with our employers to do networking, going to career fairs. We just want you to stay engaged with our office as much as possible because our goal and your goal is to be gainfully employed in the career of your dreams after you graduate. So we are here to make sure that that happens for each and every one of you. So one of the requirements of Launchpad is that every year you will meet with me. If you are an incoming freshman, we will be doing those virtually and in groups this first semester. There are quite a few of you, and I just want to make sure that you all get to know each other a little bit more, as well as get to know me. So we will be doing small group meetings of 5 students within your major. So management students will meet with management students, accounting with accounting, finance with finance, etc. So we will set those up a little bit later in the semester, but that's something just to kind of have on your radar and know will be coming up probably in October or November. If you are a transfer student, you'll be meeting one-on-one with me in the fall semester so that we can kind of kick off getting your resume put together, make sure that you are on the right track since you have a little bit less time at UMKC. We'll want you to start applying for internships pretty soon after you get here. So we'll be doing those appointments one-on-one. And then basically every year that you're at UMKC, you'll be required to check in with me. We'll do an updated resume review, prep you for an interview if you need it, write cover letters. I mean, really anything that sort of falls under that career umbrella. But basically, it's just really important to stay on top of engaging with our office and engaging with me so that we can get you on the right track. Basically, the way that you will engage with me is that you will create appointments in Handshake, unless you're a freshman and I'm setting up those group appointments with you this first time around. But anytime you want to make an appointment with me, you're going to go on Handshake. And that link is just umkc.joinhandshake.com. You're going to use the same email and password that you use for email and Pathways and Canvas, and that'll get you right onto the site. The first time you log on, it'll prompt you to fill out your profile. But once you're in, there's a job board. There is basically a calendar of all of our upcoming events. You can, through the Career Center portion of the website, that's where you make appointments with us. It's where you can engage with employers. It's sort of a one-stop shop for all things career. And there is an app that you can download. So be sure to do that so you kind of keep abreast of all of the things going on in the Block School when you get here in the fall. But we will post all of our workshops and career fairs and have lists of employers who will be attending those events. So really, again, it's a website and an app to become very used to using because it's where we put out all of our information. So one of the other requirements of Launchpad is that you have to do an internship or some sort of experiential opportunity. That could be a prolonged sort of job shadow or working on a project with a company. It could be sort of a long community service engagement event. Basically, if it's not a formal internship, you'll just need to get it approved through both our office and through Brittany. But we're pretty flexible as long as it is, you know, helping you achieve your goals. It's a great resume builder. It'll help you score that full-time job after you graduate. We're pretty open to the different things that you might bring us. And it's really our job to help you find those things. So if you have something in mind that you want to do, whether that's a type of internship or a type of opportunity, or you just know that there's a company you really want to work for, but you don't know what exactly you want to do with them, it's our job to help sort of connect you with those opportunities. So that's again why it's important to engage with our office, engage with me, and we can introduce you to the right people, and we can make sure that you're moving towards attaining those internships or experiences with those companies. The career fairs are kind of the one-stop shop place for you guys to get engaged with the most employers at any given time. So our career fairs are in the fall and the spring. We have most of them in the fall, and then we have one big one in the spring. And it's a great opportunity to talk to usually about over 100 companies, and with thousands of opportunities amongst the 100. And you will basically show them your resume, talk to them a little bit about who you are, what you're interested in, and they will tell you about the internship opportunities that they have at their companies, and you will apply and interview and hopefully be offered an internship. So it's really an amazing place to learn more about what's available in the Kansas City area and to connect with those employers. That first internship opportunity will be presented to you in September. That's when our first career fairs are. We have accounting specific and then a more general fair. And so it's really a great chance for you again to engage with those employers and find out what sort of opportunities in terms of internships they have coming up. And for the first time ever, they will be virtual this fall. So it's going to be a little bit different. We will host those through Handshake. But basically you will log on and you will sign up for times to chat with these employers. They'll still have your resume in front of them. They'll still talk to you about the same things that they would have talked to you about in person. It'll just be in a more virtual space just to stay safe right now as we go through this kind of weird time with COVID. So just something to keep on your radar. You'll get points for it, but it's definitely an event. Even as a freshman, I would highly encourage you to check out. So another way that you all can earn points is by attending our workshops. And we put on anywhere from 15 to 20 workshops a semester. They're everything from building a resume to prepping for an interview, writing a cover letter, how to work a career fair. So we do some prep there, dressing for success. We also do panels with employers where we have an employer panel come in who maybe works all in human resources, and they kind of walk you through what it's like to work in human resources or accounting or finance, healthcare. We've done sports management, all of these different topics. And they'll be in a hybrid fashion this fall. We'll do some virtually, we'll do some in person. We'll keep you posted as to what format each one will be in. But they'll be throughout the fall semester, and we'll have them in the spring as well. All of the details will be on Handshake, and you'll earn points for everyone that you attend. So really, you know, when we do 15 to 20 events in the fall and the spring, we have career fairs, we have all different types of things that you can do to get engaged on campus. Earning that 50 points becomes a lot less daunting and something really easily attainable. So, and if you have an event, I'm sure that you've heard from Brittany that you would like to have approved for points, just check with Brittany, check with me if it's more on the professional development side, and we'll make sure you get those points for those events that you're attending. So one thing that we do through our office, which is really fun and really, really awesome in terms of engaging with employers, is we host site visits. So basically we take a group of students to a company, and the company does a panel and they do a tour of the space, and they basically tell you anything and everything you would ever want to know about working for that company in various roles and responsibilities. So we have done them to Cerner, SMG, we've done them to SS&C, we have done them to Sprint. We do them all over the place. And we also do treks, which are a little bit smaller groups. So for instance, if we have an accounting firm, and of course only our accounting students would be interested in attending, we'll do smaller treks that are industry specific. like advertising or accounting or maybe financial management, whatever you're interested in. And we're always willing to create treks or visits for students when they ask for them. So if there's a company that you really want to work for, like a TradeBot, or really any company in the Kansas City area, whether that's Barkley again or Cerner, we can also just schedule those and take students whenever they would like to go. So just keep us posted on what you're interested in, where you would like to visit, and we will get those scheduled for you. So in the same vein of those site visits, you guys are going to get to do a really cool panel with H&R Block on July 17th. Obviously, we would have loved to have taken you in person to H&R Block, and hopefully we will be able to in the future. But because of COVID, we are doing a panel, and it's still a great opportunity for you to engage with people who work at H&R Block, learn more about what it's like to work there, what types of jobs they have available, their internship program. And I just wanted to give you a few tips for the day of. So you will be in a Zoom room with representatives from H&R Block. Highly recommend you keep your camera on, but your sound off unless you're asking a question. So it's nice, if you're dressed in somewhat professional clothing, at least from the waist up, and you have your camera on and you seem engaged, because those employers are going to be looking at you and looking at your pictures and really wanting to interact with you as much as possible, even though it is in a virtual space. So keep the camera on, but keep yourself muted, be engaged, look nice, and have your questions at the ready. So the other thing that you should do before the day of is do some research on the company. Go to their website, read through their history, their mission, their goals, who their clients are. Just have sort of a baseline understanding of who H&R Block is as a company, which will help you put together some questions to ask during the panel. And that's the last tip I have, is that make sure you prepare questions ahead of time. Of course, as you're sitting there and as they're talking about the company, you will have questions that come to mind that you want to ask in the moment, but definitely have some questions prepared ahead of time based on the research that you've done about the company or things you've heard about the company. It could be about the company culture. What is it like to work there? Tell me a little bit more about what you do in the community. Tell me a little bit more about what you do for your clients. And it can be really any question you want to ask, especially if you have ones that are targeted to certain departments and there are representatives that are sitting on the panel from those departments. It's really sort of anything is fair game as long as it's appropriate, but definitely do some research ahead of time on H&R Block. Have some questions prepared so that there's never a dull moment. You would hate to have some quiet time where they're waiting for your questions and it's sort of crickets on the other end. So that's why it's also nice to prepare your questions ahead of time. If each of you even just prepare one question before you go in, you will have plenty of questions to ask, and they will be able to give you some really interesting information about working there. So get excited about that. That's going to be an amazing introduction to Launchpad and to one of our favorite companies in the Kansas City area. Obviously, we are the Henry W. Block School of Management. We are named after Henry Block, who started H&R Block. If you have questions about that you'd like to ask the panelists, that would be very cool. But we are just so excited to have you at UMKC in the Block School. I'm super excited to work with you this semester, and if there's anything you need, please reach out to me. My email is reylandm@umkc.edu. Again, my name is Maggie, and I will be getting to know each and every one of you this semester, and I'm just really looking forward to meeting you all. So take care. We will see you in July, and thanks so much.